Daniel from Consecration. For this little video, I'll be taking you on a little guided tour of my art studio. This is where I do all of our digital artwork, paintings, drawings and such like. Typically this will be for album covers, t-shirt, other kind of merchandise designs, flyers, web banners, this, that and the other. Behind us up there is the video I did for the track in Somnus Ego Morior. It's an art and lyric kind of video with some of the artwork from the album. I thought that'd be a really cool backdrop for this little ditty. So without further ado, let's pan around and in we go. Okay, so starting off right down the bottom, I've got 5 filing cabinets. These are all ideal for material storage. They're all quite deep, so it's going from there right to the back wall. I managed to get those a few years back from a salvage yard. I think it cost me about 30 quid or something stupid like that. I finished that off with a large MDF sheet which forms an ideal work surface. And at the back I've got some more MDF cubby holes where I store my art boxes. Actually, talking about the filing cabinets, obviously as anyone with kids would know, you kind of start off with the right kind of intentions of having, you know, your own space. But what's actually happened is the kids have taken over some of these. So down this end, they're my ones, and over this way, that's all for the kids' shit, you know. Right, now that we're all sitting comfortably, I shall give you a panoramic spin around the studio. Not too much though, because I'm gonna get fucking dizzy. Right. If I scoot over this way, you have to ignore the noisy chair. Right. Up here, I've got some storage for like modelling tools and yeah, like little modelling materials and knickknacks what I can't really stick anywhere else. Around this way, that's the laptop. Obviously got the printer and scanner. Paint materials over here. That's our old laptop. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Drawing mediums. I've got some sketchbooks and some more reference books and loads of old like terrorised magazines and stuff over there. Some more drawing material down there. And down in that corner, that's where I store all of my canvas boards, rolls of paper, all that kind of shit, just like a little storage bit. Right, so if we go and focus on here, this is the, I suppose you could call it the digital hub. We do, well, all of the admin for the band is done on a laptop. We also do digital editing, all of the digital artwork, photo manipulation, all that kind of stuff. Say all of our flyer designs, web banners, CD booklets, t-shirt designs, and obviously that's not just for Consecration, that's for some other projects as well. I also use the laptop for doing some audio editing and video editing as well. I used to use Adobe Photoshop all the time, religiously. I think it was like version CS3, but I couldn't be asked to get the license renewed on that. So I found the Affinity suite of programs, which was done by Serif. I've got Affinity Photo and Designer, they're the 2 packages I use for that. So one's more like a photo editing package and the other one's more like a graphic design kind of package. So yeah, they're the go-to digital artwork programs I now use. Yeah, so if I pan down and try and show you a bit of that, you have to excuse the light from the screen. I have to switch hands as well, which is a bit awkward because I'm not left-handed, so I can't really do the mouse for the other one. right, so that's Affinity Photo at the moment. So I've got my double page spreads from the Fragilium booklet there. So that's the elegy artwork I did, which is a charcoal drawing, which is up here. That's where the original one is. So she's been imported into this program, and sorry, fingers in the way again. And yeah, I've obviously got the page layout there, so you've got the text and everything. And obviously once the picture's been brought in, heavily edited with loads of different texture layers and all those kind of things. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the background on that. This is an old double page spread from the Ephemerality booklet. This one was for the track The Summoning of Saffrons. This one is different because this is all loads and loads of tiny photos which have all been stitched together. Again, heavily edited with various textures and colour correcting layers, overlay layers, and all that kind of stuff. It's quite a heavily involved piece. But each individual component of that is from a different image. A lot of this kind of stuff is from like some of my own photos. This one's the Direct Room Lament one, so I went for like a hospital kind of feel for that. So yes, that's a bit of Affinity Photo. The video editing program I use is Wondershare Morior. Quite a flexible program, lots of options and things you can do with videos in that, so that's really cool. And then all the folders and that, which have got like, you know, different types of artwork in there. So we've got like lyric art videos, all of our photos are stored in there, all of our admin stuff, like, you know, interviews, this, that and the other, the page artwork, CD artwork. Everything for the band is basically stored on that laptop. Right, this way, I talked about that on an earlier video, the Purity Through Pain acrylic painting I did for one of the t-shirts. That's that there. See loads of random bits of shit up there. Here, that's my paint box. One of my favourite go-to mediums paint-wise has always been oil paints. Just like the way you can kind of manipulate that and slap it down on the canvas. I suppose there's loads of flexibility with that. Never really got on with watercolours. Yeah, like washes always tend to go tits up. Acrylics is another favourite again, because you can kind of use that in a similar kind of way as oil paints, but obviously you've got much better, much quicker drawing times, and it's not as, obviously if you're doing quite a large piece, then I'd rather use oil paints because you've got a lot more flexibility with what you can do with it, I think. Yeah, also in there, got some oil pastels and some other various materials. You know, little viewfinder at the back there, so that's a great little bit of kit. Simple bit of shit, but well done. This book here is an illustration encyclopedia. That's a fantastic book, absolutely fantastic book. Pull that off of there. I'll give you a little look at that. It's a reference book for artists. It's just got so many kind of like engravings. Again, like that book I showed on the previous video. But this has got like architecture and natural world stuff in there, and like all this really cool kind of classical drawings, stuff based on statues. And I think also at the end somewhere there's a really good section on human anatomy, which again is like essential for life drawings and, you know, just getting the human form right. I use that quite a bit for when I was detailing these drawings. But yeah, great book. Stick that back up on the side. I'll move on from down there. It's got a palette thing there. Got some stationery stuff around the back here, like you know, paper cutters and all that kind of shit. Jack Daniel's pen pot, and the essential cup of coffee with Megatron on the front with his fucking gold medal. Right, over this way, this is really cool. As a gift off the missus's folks. Nice little sketching set for taking out and about. So, thank you to them. Here we've got our old laptop. Now we used to use that for recording stuff in band practice on a regular basis. Sound quality on that wasn't too bad actually. I used to have set up wise, we had 2 microphones which was recording everything in the room. They went into a Firewire digital interface, which then went into that and a rudimentary kind of pretty shit audio package. What we could do with it was quite limited because only having the 2 channels going in, and obviously because that's pretty much picking up everything in the room, because nothing was like isolated or anything like that. There's only kind of like basic level adjustments and things we could do on it. But yeah, the sound quality weren't too bad. And the result of on-load sessions and the run up to the release of Ephemerality, we recorded some demo versions of a couple of songs what was going to appear on that, and some actually it's a couple of versions of tracks which had changed once we actually went to record that from reality properly. Yeah, that demo, the Echoes of the Dead demo, was done actually in the rehearsal studio and recorded on that. So that's a little bit of history there. Down here is a couple of postcards I did for the Fragilium release, art cards and a lovely sticker. They're still available in the Fragilium box set we're doing. Nudge nudge. Yeah, I think these come up really nicely. Slight variation of what was actually in the booklet, but yeah, that's those. Right, over here, got some storage boxes with various materials in, paints, got like flats and the rounds, saber brushes, this, that and the other. Actually some of these like mop type brushes I use for the charcoal drawings as well. Just to, once you've got like a lot of charcoal down, you just kind of get a really nice ground with that. Yeah, nice chisel pencils, got all the HBs and this, that and the other. Palette knives and shit. Bendy lights, pretty cool. Yeah, moving on, charcoal pencils, colour pencils. I've got some more colour pencils there as well if I want to have like mixed media drawings. Inks down there, another pen pot. That's a Cradle Filth one, that's one. It's actually a broken cup. Then yeah, over this way, some paint mediums and adhesives and shit. Panning around this way, got some different kinds of paints there, more modern kind of paints. Here, these are all compressed charcoal sticks. Got some white charcoal there as well, willow charcoal. Love all that stuff. Traditional pastels in this one, I think. Yep. Get that back over there. Oh yeah, and some like Conti crowns as well. This set here is a recent buy. Some tinted charcoal pencils. I've not actually had a chance to play with these properly in anger yet, but yeah, I'm quite looking forward to what they can do. Like just the different tones and things like that you can get with the charcoal. It should be quite interesting. Then we've got some pastel pencils. These are my favourites, charcoal pencils. Obviously use those quite extensively with this stuff. The willow charcoal and compressed charcoal sticks and that. Some sketching graphite pencils, they're pretty cool. Obviously normal range of B to H pencils there. Got some, what are these? Yeah, these ones are again like watercolour type pencil, but they're just like your blacks. They come in like various grades of hardness and softness. This is another charcoal pencil. So these guys, they make absolute quality stuff. Derwent, yeah, great stuff that. Essential putty rubber for using with charcoal sticks and this, that and the other. And then these things look like a tampon. And yeah, Cannibal Corpse mug with a broken handle. Again, another pen pot. I seem to have a lot of those pen pots made out of smashed up cups. Then yeah, so just some modelling shit here. This is like a scraper type thing. It's quite useful for all kinds of type of drawings. You know, if you want to get different kinds of marks and stuff on them. Yeah, that or scalpels or things like that. Up here, these are all some old like Warhammer 40,000 kind of books. I used to be quite heavily into that when I was younger. But yeah, these have all got like really cool artwork and stuff in them. So I still love all those kind of things. Yeah, I'll terrorise the magazines and shit. Got a load of different sketchbooks and shit up here. These ones are like more photographic reference. All these, like you got pastel ones, watercolour kind of papers, so different kinds of papers and stuff. And down this way I've got more different types of papers and this, that and the other in there, and some other kind of materials like rulers, and this is quite a cool thing. Make any kind of like curve you want with that, the old bendy stick. But yeah, some like, kind of technical drawing shit in there as well. Can't move this from that. Yeah, so that's basically all the materials and shit I've got on the desk. Do a little fade out now because I quite fancy a cigarette, and I'll give you a little look through some of my sketchbooks. I think I forgot to tell you about the little character who helps me out on a regular basis in here. It's Mr. Mannequin. Bollocks. Poor sod fell over. As you can see, he's been through the walls quite a bit. He's only got 1 foot, but yeah, he helps me out quite a lot. We can go back over there. Right, this one here is it's a conceptual kind of study, but it's only got like really rough drafts and stuff in there. But yeah, it's like some old like ephemerality type sketches. Obviously this was before I did the digital artwork, so just kind of getting some rough ideas laid out in my head, kind of ideas I wanted to do. And these ones here, some like the Fragilium kind of ideas, and that was the first draft of the actual cover up there. This book, sorry, pan around a bit again. That one's got some like different kind of stuff I do. Like I said in an earlier video, I like loads of military history and all that kind of stuff. So these are kind of like military kind of drawings. So like things like tanks, so an LRS. That's a hind, what I didn't finish. Black Panther. And then one of my other favourite things of drawing was warships. So Ark Royal there, a couple of Type 42 destroyers, things like that. There's a Type 45. It's a Ticonderoga class, and that's like one, what was it, kind of like in progress. I think that one's going to be Hood or something like that. But yeah, that's kind of just like some other kinds of drawings to do. This is a much like the folder I showed you in the other video. This is all just sketches and random shit in here really. Some of this stuff is really old, just like stuff from well, actually some of it goes way back to like school days and that, when I used to do with sketchbooks. But yeah, just again, just like loads of random kind of images. So yeah, like some of these ones are like well dated. Got a couple like reference images here at the back. It's more like a kind of zombie kind of thing I did. But yeah, just full of just scraps. So basically any kind of like doodles and stuff I do, just kind of get stuck in there. Goat, because we've always got to have a goat. Yeah, and just stuff like that. And you've got like penises going into skulls. You know, every skull needs a penis. Yeah, again, that's just a load of doodles and shit, really. And then to finish it all off, let's go have a look at these. Obviously, that's me go-to little baby easel. I don't tend to use paints that much at the moment. It's the big easels, like behaving yourself down here. These are the main drawings I did for the Fragilium booklet. These are all done in charcoal. So yeah, compressed charcoal, willow charcoal, quantity crayons, a little bit of chalk here and there. The front cover one We've actually got a bit of graphite at the top there for the butterflies, because I want them to stand out a little bit. A bit more of a glossy feel to those, rather than the matte effects you get with the charcoal. The top figures obviously a lot more finer than all the stuff, all the roots and shit at the bottom, because I wanted that like change of texture. So this is primarily willow charcoal, kind of just rubbed on, worked back with a putty eraser, then worked over again. It's quite a long process, but it's fun to kind of like get all the roots and shit done that way. All of this is all charcoal pencils, so there's a lot more kind of fine detail in that, and then all this is all blended back, and then once that's all completed, that's then imported into the Affinity programs I've got, and that's where like all the background shit got added. Then the next one is that's the image for An Elegy for the Departed, one of the songs on the album. I was originally going to do a piece for every single song, but due to space constraints, I ended up doing one piece for 2 songs and one piece for the other 2, because the subjects were quite similar for each set. So yeah, so she's obviously quite finely detailed, again primarily like a bit of blending there with willow charcoal. Then the rest of this is all charcoal pencils, especially in the face. Obviously you can get a much harder line with some of that, and you can get a lot more detail in there. Again, just like with the front cover, this is a lot of fun to do around here. Just basically playing about and manipulating shapes and stuff, and seeing what kind of stuff comes out of it. And yeah, all the kind of like saws and rotted shit. That was great fun to do. And then another one was the Sentinel for the Fragile and in Somnus Ego Morior. I can't avoid that, like someone being trapped, you know what I mean, like a spectral kind of figure, like trying to get out of somewhere. And yeah, just added all these like ghostly hands and made it all like really fucked up, and that, again, that was a lot of fun to do. There's some other stuff behind those which you can't see, because obviously they're being worked on at the moment. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that kind of overview of what I do on my creative stuff, and cut off on